Hi there friends, welcome to another video on Tableau. This video follows a series of videos that are produced on how to use Tableau for data visualization and map building. In this video I'll show you how you can use a quick table calculation to add calculation to a map visualization in a way that's fast and effective. As you can see, this is a map visualization of the world population. Where on the labels I have the sum of population aggregated for each of the countries, and the color measurement is also the sum of population. And the color coding works in a way that the darker the red color is, the more populous the country is, and the lighter the color is, the least populous that country is. So with that being said, I would like to, as you can see, the percent, the numbers that we see for on the labels is the total number of population that lives within those countries. And what we like to do is we would like to uh, uh, bring in a calculation measurement onto these labels, and instead of just having the numbers. So as I've explained in my other videos, the quick table calculation is a very effective and quick way for you to um, perform quick calculation and computation of your measures data, especially when you're dealing with crosstabs and data sheets. But when you're dealing with a visualization, I don't think all of these computation or feasible. They are feasible, but they're not sensible in a way. For example, if we were to do a running total, we wouldn't. We can get the running total computation performed, but we won't be able to understand because we're not looking at a list of of these data points that are listed in their chronology or in their order. So therefore, using the running total will not be a good idea when you're bringing quick calculation on a visualization such as a map visualization. Same thing with difference. You can see that difference is pretty much a difference in the aggregated total numbers from one data point to the other data point. So we can see the differences, but we really don't know what difference are we talking about because we don't know what country comes first before, let's say, the US. So we can compare that. But we know that the US is 263 million population different from some country. But which country is it? We don't know because we're just looking at visualizations here. But if it was a crosstab, a sheet, we'll be able to understand this computation better, and more effectively. So the next one is the percentage difference. Same thing with percentage difference. We see these percentage differences for each of these geographic cluster for each of these countries. But we don't know what is our source data point. What is the point that we are calculating the difference from? The next one is the percentage total. So the percentage of total, rank, and percentile are the only three feasible calculations that I believe or can be embedded on a map visualization in particular. So percentage total, as you can see, it's showing us the percentage of that specific data point in relation to the overall total of that data point. So in which case, let's say China actually possesses 18.46% of the overall world population, and India actually possesses 17.70% of the world population. And the U.S. is possesses 4.25% of the world population. Again, the percentage of total is one of the feasible and understandable computations that you can actually bring on your map. The next one is the ranking. And ranking does not also need a crosstab or data sheet. You can simply look at the ranking. A ranking is pretty much the those percentages that we saw. It's just their ranking. So the highest percentage is China, being ranked number one, the second being India ranked number two, and the third one being US ranked number four. So the ranking is another computation that makes sense for a map visualization. And then the other one is a percentile, and the percentile is pretty much ranking, but it's in terms of percentile. And percentile ranking is helpful, especially when you're looking at something at a distribution of numbers, in this case the population, in terms of where each data point or where each country's falls within in terms of percentiles within the distribution. So China falls within the 100% percentile, India falls within 99.6% percentile, and US falls in 99.1 percentile of the overall population of the world. And so there are a couple more. There's one more, the moving average. Again, the moving average would make more sense when we're looking at when you're bringing this computation on a sheet or on a cross tab where we can look at the averages and running averages and compare them to its source data, its source records or data points. But in here we see that the moving average, let's say for this country is Australia is 9 million, but we really don't know what dates we are looking at or what countries we are looking at. So that was the moving average. However, the moving average also has more applicability when you are dealing with data that's time series or it's across different times. So, when you're looking at the moving averages across, let's say, multiple time record, multiple date record, that would more makes more sense. That's why I said on a cross tab, meaning you have these sum of population in distributed in the segments of different dates, and that's where moving average comes in very effective because you can draw a moving average to make a forecast of what the overall average looks like for that particular country. And in our case, we're only looking at one and we're looking at 2020. So of all of these population numbers that we have here are actually surveyed or collected in 2020. There are no other date variables involved here to use the moving to make running average an effective calculation indicator here. And lastly, these other calculation functionalities are not active and available because again this data set does not have or involve any time-based or date-based data. Therefore, we will not be able to perform any of these date-based calculations. Therefore, they're inactive. Um, I hope that you found this video helpful in developing calculation on your visualizations using quick table calculation. Thank you for your time.